Hi guys, this is John from Truly Asia Diaries. Welcome to the new segment of my channel, Echoes and Shadows, wherein we're gonna tackle about mysteries, conspiracy theories, and true crime stories. And for our pilot episode, we are going to tackle about the mysterious death of Yu Menglong. Guys, I'm telling you, this story is crazy. There's a lot of information that we're gonna tackle for today, and I have some script here that I'm gonna read to you. And it's been a month that a massive censorship efforts by the Chinese authorities. The police were quick to claim that an incident due to intoxication, but the public knows that there is a cover up for this. Today, we're diving deeper to the hearts of the echoes of shadows of the Yumenglong case.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧，
的中国男星于朦胧啊。
And also guys, we are going to discuss about the details left behind by the online netizens, that we're going to talk about a teaser video from the dark web that is now in the hands of FBI's, and the stage drama at the Bulgari Hotel, and the most shocking part is the true identities of the individuals with the initials D, C, Q, and Y, and the political mastermind behind these crimes. So get ready guys, because we're going to have a lot of discussion today to dive into this. So guys, if you know about this case, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you're new to this case, stay tuned, because there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about today that will shock you, because there's so much going on. And guys, before we dive into discussion today, I just want to give a disclaimer that this content might have some explicit information, so like videos and audios. So if you feel uncomfortable, feel free to skip. Alright guys, so let's start to get to know who is Yu Menglong. Yu Menglong is a major star in China with almost 30 million followers on the China social media site. He is a singer, an actor, and star of a big drama series like Eternal Love, Legend of the White Snake, and many, many more. And he was discovered from a reality singing competition in China where it all started, and everything is history.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧，
的中国男星于朦胧啊。
A grassroots effort to dig deeper into the circumstances of his passing has been backed by people in both China and abroad. Recently, Chinese-American activists handed out flyers and set up tents on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to call for justice for Yu Menglong. Concurrently, Chinese authorities have heavily censored Yu Menglong's name across the internet. They have gone as far as blacking similar sounding words and symbolic references to him. On September 11th, news broke that Yu Menglong had died in a luxury Beijing apartment, and within 12 hours guys, police has ruled out that the death is accidental fall due to intoxication. How insane is that? There was no autopsy surveillance footage that was released, and they closed the case in 12 hours. There's something in there. And the worst is, there's no official report. Even if there's an amidst outrage of people asking what happened to Yu Menglong. Guys, we're talking about foul play or a possible murder. This is not self-exit as reported by the police. The authorities launched a massive censorship campaign, and the Chinese entertainment industry remained completely silent. Any mention of Yu Menglong's name became a taboo. Meanwhile, the Chinese social media platform Weibo announced a major crackdown, deleting over 100,000 posts, suspending more than 1,000 accounts, and disabling comment on over 15,000 others. and the Chinese public isn't staying silent. Who will do this kind of stuff to have a news block out for a suspicious death of a well-known celebrity? There is something about that, guys, and that's what we are looking at.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧
对的中国男星于朦胧啊。
Independent investors have identified 5 key leads in Yumenglong's death, one of which is long-term control. Yumenglong was reportedly under a long-term control of his management agency. He had been trying to terminate his contract with TNU Media, a state-owned talent agency under Mango Excellent Media. Coincidentally, a top executive from Mango unexpectedly resigned recently, evidence of money laundering. Yumenglong recently discovered that his name was being misused for this kind of illegal transaction, for illegal arm deals and money laundering. And if you knew Yumenglong, he lives a simple life. He's very kind, very humble, and a very sweet person. And he has a very good aura in terms of his personality, as his fans love him so much. So I don't think this kind of illegal transaction that Yumenglong is aware of this. Yumenglong's death appeared to be linked to a coordinated plan involving actors, directors, producer, agents, and the investors. At least 2 key suspects are believed to have direct ties to China's top leadership. Cai Yijia, rumored to be the legitimate child of Cai Qi and Li Ming, allegedly the grandson of a former Chinese Premier Li Peng. The apartment where Yu was found deceased is reportedly registered to Li's name. Death patterns Yu's passing brings to mind the suspicious earlier deaths of 2 other celebrities, singer and actor Shaguran Liang in 2016 and martial arts actor Hui Peng in August 2024. And all 3 were managed by the same agency. The shoes worn by all of 3 deceased stars later appeared in a sensational exhibition held in Beijing's 798 Art District. And the details of this horrifying exhibition, we will discuss that further later. Now, there are some sources claiming a theory or rumor about the Yumenglong's case. The claim is that a video of Yumenglong was being sold on the dark web, and that dark web video has now supposedly reached the hands of FBI. But once again, guys, this is just rumored, allegedly, that there is this so-called video in the dark web about Yumenglong's death. Even more shocking revelation, guys, that this video is allegedly showcasing Yumenglong being brutally tortured and humiliated, including the moment that his dog was killed in front of him. Who would do that? That is insane. And I can't even imagine Yumenglong has this 2 sweet dog, and killing them in front of him is so much a torture. Aside from that, he was physically and brutally tortured. So we can't imagine what happened on that night. And allegedly, the final seconds of that video includes that he was thrown from the building. This is truly evil, guys.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧
对的中国男星于朦胧啊。
The footage reportedly identifies 3 individuals connected to Yumenglong's death. The actress Song Yi-ren, who was allegedly holding the phone and recording the entire incident. The actor Fan Si-chi, who also allegedly killed the dogs, and the director Chang Ching-song, as they call it, the red-haired old guy. Meanwhile, Fang Shiqi and the red-haired old guy, Kwang Ching-song, is allegedly the one who threw Yumenglong to his death. The video was reportedly purchased by a Chinese national living in the United States for $100,000 and was downloaded from the dark web. To commentator Li Mu Yang, the latest update confirms that the buyer has now handed the video over to the FBI and as a result cannot release it. The video has now been officially classified as an evidence. The commentator also shared a screenshot of a private message from a user named anti-CCP to the end who confirmed that they were the ones who purchased the video for $100,000. So guys, what are your thoughts about this alleged video from the dark web showcasing the horrific experience of Yumenglong? You can share your thoughts in the comments and we can discuss about this theory together.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧。
对的，中国男星于朦胧啊。
On October 11th, Tian Herong broke her silence for the second time, making public the chat logs of her conversation with the red-haired director Chen Qing-song. Tian Herong claims that she met Qing-song at the lobby restaurant at the Bulgari Hotel, Beijing on September 10th. She is accusing him of taking their conversation completely out of context, selectively editing their messages without her permission, and then posting to doctored chat online. Chan Herong is a widow of a Chinese billionaire who has so many connections in China, and as we know, allegedly, she had an eye to Yumenglong together with a red-haired old guy director. Chan Herong said she immediately called the police, retained a lawyer, and launched a lawsuit against Shin-san. At first glance, it certainly looks like Chan Herong and the red-haired director are locked in a nasty battle, publicly attacking each other. However, commentator Li Mu Yang has argued the exact opposite. Li Mu Yang claims the whole thing is merely a performance, a carefully staged drama designed to fool the public and distract them from a much more shocking truth. Given an overwhelming amount of details, we'll zero in the most telling evidence, the payment records. Tian Herong posted herself from the Bulgari Hotel. There was a photo of a paper dining receipt and another of an electronic invoice. The thing is, they don't quite match up. There's an inconsistency with those receipts. The first glitch, a suspicious restaurant receipt. This restaurant receipt is seriously fishy. It shows that on the 10th of September 2025, Tian Herong and Ching-san had a meal at table 13 in the Bulgari Hotel restaurant. They ordered 3 dishes, 2 sodas, and an Italian cheese plate, totaling to 1,538 yuan after tax and services. The thing is, the receipt looks pristine, not a single fold or a crease. Does anyone find that weird? A receipt which is a month ago with no crease in it. Even if myself, I folded it, I put it in my wallet, there should be something in that receipt. But if you look at that, it's so pristine. Is it a newly printed receipt to cover up things? And guys, let's be real. Rich people doesn't keep receipts. What's more important is the receipt's timestamp, which says 7:17 p.m., meaning they had already been seated and finished ordering by then. However, the chat screenshot Chen released has a timestamp at the bottom that shows 7:36 p.m., suggesting they were still actively messaging each other on WeChat. If they were already sharing a meal, why would they be simultaneously chatting online? So that detail completely defies logic. Like seriously guys, you are going to a restaurant, dinner for 2, and you're just gonna text each other? It's not adding up. There's something fishy in there. The payment time recorded in the invoice was September 10th at 9:20 p.m. with a total amount of 1,538 yuan as the paper receipt. However, let's take a closer look at the status bar in Tian Heron's earlier chat screenshot. Both C and Cheng were using iPhones, yet on the invoice screenshot, the status icon clearly shows the Android symbol, meaning the picture could only have been taken on an Android device. Could it have been provided by a third-party person who was with them that day, or perhaps someone inside the Bulgari Hotel? If that's the case, why would the hotel do it? Was it possibly to help forge evidence? In reality, Chan Herong's attempt to clear her name has completely backfired, exposing more holes and arguably providing more incriminating evidence against her. That is totally outrageous, guys. You trying to protect yourself and clean your mess, but it backfired to you because of some small details that the public eye cannot deny.
9月11号，于朦胧的中国男星于朦胧
对的中国男星于朦胧啊。
When the yumenglong incident first broke, commentator Li Wuyang received a significant amount of material from one of his contacts, including video clips that are still accessible online. The recording featured a distinct octagonal floor pattern, a design commonly seen within the Bulgari Hotel. Informed netizens claim that the video was undeniably filmed at that location. The man yelling in the clip is Fan Hui-ki, whom Yumenglong also calls Fan Xiaohu. Critically, this fan, Xiaohua, was seen trying to force Yumenglong to vomit up a USB flash drive that he had apparently swallowed. If that's true, it means Yumenglong was tortured inside the Bulgari Hotel, and certain people working there must know exactly what happened. That video essentially acts as evidence, and if the hotel helped Tian Hairong and Chang Ching Son by providing false evidence, means Bulgari Hotel was essentially an accessory actively covering up the truth. Oh my god, guys, this raised terrifying concerns if the hotel was allegedly covering up regarding what happened on that day. Meanwhile, commentator Zhang Fei from True Viewpoint offered even more disturbing details. According to her, on September 1st, Yumenglong was lured to the Bulgari Hotel in Beijing. The suite was jointly rented by Zhanai, now believed to be the mastermind behind of it all, and Chan Herong and Yumenglong was then held there for 9 days during that time. He was allegedly drugged, tortured, had fingernails out, and was even hung outside the window. Bulgari Hotel hasn't released an official statement yet, but public fury has already consumed the hotel. Its star rating has crashed to a mere 1 star, flooded with absolutely scathing comments like "walk in standing up," "you leave lying down," and "place feels cursed," as though injustice itself resides within its wall. So guys, what do you think about this scenario or details about the Yumenglong case? Honestly, this is totally brutal to be real, and I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say with regards to this, if this alleged information was true. To be honest, guys, I didn't knew Yumenglong that much, but knowing about what happened to him, it's actually breaks my heart. This, like, anyone or anybody doesn't deserve this kind of brutal death. What happened to Yumenglong is something that we cannot be silent about. We should speak for it. What are your thoughts about this evidence that we discussed today? You can share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I read that this is not the first time it happens in China. There are also other celebrities or well-known personalities who has a mysterious death So this is not like an isolated case. This is really happening. And on the part 2 of our yumenglong case, we will talk about the identities of the involved parties about yumenglong's death. That's why you stay tuned for the part 2, and don't forget to like our video, share your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. And guys, if you would like to participate for this movement about justice for yumenglong, we encourage you to join and sign a petition to have a further investigation and give justice for yumenglong. You can find the link down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. Once again, my name is John and this is truly Asia Diaries. I'll see you on my next one.